ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनं शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। नारायणं गुरुं वन्दे शरण्यं भक्तबान्धवं गौरमनुविष्टं पूर्णां राधदास्यं प्रदायकम् निरूपानुगाचार्यवर्यं रूपमञ्जरिप्रेष्ठकं पतितपावनकरुण्यं युगाचार्य नारायणम्। वञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। श्यामसुन्दर श्रीकन्धशेखर स्मिरहासर मुरली मनोहर राधिकर सिकमं कृपानिधे स्वप्रिया चरण किङ्करीं कुरु। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वृंदाई तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवास च कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवत्याय नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So first of all, I begin offering my most humble obeisances to the dust of the lotus feet of Paramaradhatama Sri Guru Pada Padma Nita Lila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Paribrajacharya Ashtotara Sata Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj Shila Gurudeva, and to my most worshipable Shikshan Sannyasa Guru, Nita Lila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Paribrajacharya Ashtotara Sata Srimad Bhakti Vijnana Bharati Goswami Maharaj, and to all Sri Rupanava Gauriya Guru Varga, all Tridandi Sannyasis, Brahmacharis, Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, and to all the assembled devotees here today, my most respectful obeisances. So by the Father's mercy of Srila Gurudeva and all Mahabhagavatas Acharyas, we are able to assemble here one more time.
Verse 13. Pranatakamadam Padmajarchitam Dharani Mandanam Dheyamapadi Charana Pankajam Shantamam Chate Ramana Nastane Shuarapayadiham. O charming lover, O destroyer of all afflictions of the mind, your lotus feet, which fulfill the desires of your surrendered devotees, are worshipped by the lotus-born Brahma himself. Your lotus feet are the embellishment of the earth. In calamity, only your lotus feet are to be remembered, because they relieve all misfortune, and serving them bestows supreme bliss. Kindly place those lotus feet on our breasts. So now the commentary of Srila Jiva Goswami Pada Vaishnava Toshani. From the verse number 10 till this verse 13, Shukadeva Goswami Pada, he is describing the Purvaraga of the gopis. So from the verse number 10 to the verse 13, Shukadeva Goswami, he is describing Krishna's Purvaraga for the gopis. And he's doing that, and that can be seen through the words of the gopis. He was presenting the gopis' perception of Krishna's, and such description no one can give. And it is overflowing with rasa. So it means that Krishna, he feels also Purvaraga to the gopis. Means he is feeling that loving attraction before meeting them. The Brajadevis, they want to meet directly with Krishna, and therefore they blame him for their anurag. In the verses 7 and 8, the gopis, they introduce this desire to meet with Krishna. And now, while singing the song, they're experiencing one type of torture because of the love. So therefore they are praying, Pranata Kammadam, your lotus feet fulfill the desires of the surrendered souls, like the sons of Kubera or the wives of Kaliya. In this way, we can understand that Krishna's lotus feet bestow all the desired objects. So, Padma Jarchitam, Lord Brahma, he realized this after kidnapping the cowherd boys and the calves. And he offered respects to the lotus feet of Krishna. This is expressed in the verse of Srimad Bhagavatam 10:35-22. In the evening, when Krishna and his Sakhas returned to the village with all the cows, Brahma and other demigods, they were standing along the path to worship his lotus feet. Previously, in the verse number 4 of the Gopi Gita, the gopis, they spoke in response to Lord Brahma's prayer. So the gopis say to Krishna, you descended to the earth to protect the universe. And in the verse 13, the gopis, they also confirm that Brahma worshipped Krishna's lotus feet. Then the next line, Dharani Mandanam. O beloved, your lotus feet, which has the signs of the flag and other auspicious symbols, they decorate the earth. In this way, your lotus feet display beauty and grace. Very mercifully, by the touch of your lotus feet, you have bestowed so much auspiciousness upon Prithvi Devi. Dhyayam apadi. Just remembering your lotus feet removes all kinds of troubles. When you were holding up Govardhan Hill, we experienced this. When Indra was very angry and sent a ferocious rainstorm to destroy Gokula, we thought of you, and you lifted Govardhan Hill on your lotus hand and protected us from the devastation. So in this way, the gopis are describing how Krishna's lotus feet can fulfill all desires. Not only that, the gopis explain that Krishna's lotus feet are themselves the supreme goal. But just by remembering Krishna's lotus feet, you can achieve happiness. But his lotus feet themselves are the embodiment of joy, happiness. So to express that Krishna's lotus feet can destroy all the sorrow and give happiness, the gopis, they address him in two ways. So they call him as Ramana, beloved, and also Adiham, the destroyer of mental afflictions. So the gopis say, hey Adiham, hey Ramana, you should end our pain. You should, means stop our pain of separation and immerse us in the bliss of your astonishing pastimes. So now the commentary of Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur, Sarata Darshini. Now Krishna is saying to the gopis, if you are convinced that I always cause you misery, then what do you need from me? So the gopis, they have fear that Krishna, he might speak like this out of anger. So therefore the gopis are crying in great anxiety. Oh, alas, alas, we were blind by the reactions of our past sins, and therefore we made false allegations against you. So now in this verse, the gopis, they desire to please Krishna. Therefore they begin to glorify him. Therefore they are saying, he is pranata kamadam. He can bestow all kinds of bliss. He's never given distress to anyone. So the gopis say, we need you. You are our only goal. Therefore, kindly pacify our souls. Because even if an offender comes to you and humbly takes your shelter, you will never neglect him, but rather you fulfill all his desires. Although Kaliya was an offender, and his wives were also implicated because of their connection with him, they prostrated before you and offer humble prayers, and therefore they got your mercy. Brahma also worshipped your lotus feet to be forgiven from his offenses. Therefore you should also forgive our misbehavior and fulfill our desire. So this is the meaning of Padma Jarchitam. Then Dharani Mandanam. Your lotus feet decorate the earth. Your lotus feet should also decorate our breasts. And then Dhyayam Apadi. the meditation on your lotus feet also destroy all types of misfortunes. In Srimad Bhagavatam 10:8-16, Gargacharya says that by your grace you will easily overcome all adversities. So therefore you should deliver us from the distress of separation. And so for all these reasons, we maintain that your lotus feet are Shantamam, means they are the epitome of auspiciousness and full of bliss. Therefore the gopis say, Hey Adiham, O destroyer of distress, to remove our anguish, please place your lotus feet on our breasts. There is no problem for you to do this. Rather, this will bring you a great pleasure. So therefore the gopis, they call Krishna as Ramana, O beloved sweetheart. If you celebrate the festival of Cupid with us, then all your heartfelt desires will come true. So by this verse, we can see that the gopis know what is in Krishna's heart. They know that Krishna also wants to meet with them. So therefore, what they are saying is just to facilitate, so Krishna will not be shy. Verse 14. Surata Vardhanam Shokanashanam Swarita Venuna Sustu Chumbitam Itara Ragavi Smaranam Rinam Vitara Viranas Te Dharamritam. O best of heroes, the ambrosia of your lips enhances the vibe of amorous pleasure and drives away all the sorrow of separation. This nectar, transmitted through your warbling flute, induces all humankind to forget any other attachment. Please distribute this magic elixir to us. Now the commentary of Srila Jiva Goswami Pada Vaishnava Toshani. Adharamritam. Krishna's lips are like nectar. Just by their touch, they increase the desire for surata, or amorous enjoyment. And that is the result of prema. So in this way, the gopis are indicating that the nectar of Krishna's lips is sweet like honey and makes one mad. So the gopis, they become shy, and then they explain in this verse that even if one drinks this nectar again and again, he still cannot be satisfied. It is so powerful that it takes away the sorrow. Shoka nashanam. It removes all the shoka, all the sorrows. And it makes us forget all the painful experience that we had when we failed to find you. Itara raga vismaranam nirnam. It makes even the man forget about their desires, such the desire to become the emperor of the world or to achieve liberation. Then what to speak of the ladies, especially us gopis, who are very eager to have your association. So it means that the nectar of Krishna's lips can even drive man mad. What to speak of ladies like gopis? The nectar of your lips will make us forget all fondness for family members and social etiquette. What more can be said about this topic? So, by its own desire, this Adharamrita, the nectar of your lips, cause the desire for anything else to disappear completely. And it increases the inherent and eternal desires in the hearts for all men and women, and drive out all their attachments. So the gopis, they prove that this statement is true regarding man when they say that the flute, which is known to be in the masculine gender, tastes the nectar of Krishna's lips when he plays on it. This is the proof that even man can forget all type of desires just to when he attains this nectar. So the Brajadevis, they speak like this when they are absorbed in bhava. So it proves that even the male devotees, they can relish Krishna's Adharamrita. Man can also receive the remnants of Krishna's Tambula, which he gives to his special devotees who are object of his mercy. And the nectar of his lips and also the flavor of tambul, they are non-different. So therefore, if anyone gets his remnants, he will be able to taste his Adaramrita. So in this verse of Gopi Gita, 3 qualities of this nectar are being described. First one is Suratta Vardhanam. It increases the longing for relishing it. It means it increases the desire to be relished. Then Shoka Nashanam. It destroys all sorrows. And then Itara Raga Vismaranam. It makes one forget all attachments. So these are the 3 qualities of Krishna's Adaramrita, the nectar of his lips. So therefore, this nectar is the supreme goal of human existence. So these 3 qualities of Krishna's nectar from his lips are also described in the previous verse, number 13. Therefore, these 2 verses, 13 and 14, they have the same meaning. So by addressing Krishna as the charitable hero, Vira, the gopis, they imply, there is nothing that you cannot give to anyone. So you should bestow your Adaramrita to us. You should give this nectar from your lotus lips to us. Sridhara Swami, in his commentary, he says that the nectar of Krishna's lips is perfumed by the nectar of the flute song. So it means that when the nectar of Krishna's lips comes out of the holes of the flute, the sound is especially beautiful. And that sound with nectar, it inspires one type of greed in the heart of the listeners. So those who hear this very enchanting melody, they will experience great bliss. And also the heart will be touched by desire for amorous pastimes. But now a question comes. How can we distinguish between the nectar of Krishna's lips and the perfume, the aroma of the flute song? So according to the Gandha Yukti Nyaya, the logic of mixing fragrances, when 2 fragrances are mixed, still we can distinguish one from the other a little bit. So when the flute produces a different sound that arises from sajja, one type of musical note, so it kisses your lips like nectar. So I will explain how it happens. Krishna will blow the air in the hole of the flute. So as he's blowing the air in this direction, the flute will make a sound which will come in this direction, towards his mouth. So therefore it says that the musical note that the flute produces kisses Krishna in his mouth. Perhaps if you have played flute in your life, you can understand that. Before I used to play flute, I was in my university time, I used to play transversal flute. So as soon as you blow the air, you feel some pressure coming from the flute back to your mouth. So that is when the sound is produced, it reverberates against that same place which means blowing. So in this way, the gopis are saying that when Krishna is playing the flute, that sound will come and will kiss Krishna's mouth, will kiss Krishna's lips, and we will take that nectar again in the air. In this way, the gopis, they are describing how intoxicating that nectar is. So the flute is from a completely different species. It is like a bamboo made, but it continuously kisses Krishna's lips and continuously sings different tunes and melodies that make the whole world mad. So the power of this flute, that the flute song have to make everyone like drunk, is coming from actually Krishna's lips. So now the commentary of Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur, Saratha Darshini. So the gopis, they are praying, "Oh, you who are just like Dhanvantari, the best of the physicians, you should give us some medicine because we are suffering from the sickness of love and we are therefore losing consciousness. You should bring us back to life by injecting in us some type of miraculous medicine. So the nectar of your lips increases the pleasure of the amorous pastimes, Suratta Vardhanam, and then takes away all the lamentation, Shoka Nashana." But Krishna may ask, how can I give you such extremely precious nectar for free? Then the gopis answer, "Oh, you are known as a very generous savior of all the fallens. And you always give charity to everyone, because you always give to those who are dying the nectar of your lotus lips without any cost. Even this bamboo flute, which is just like a dry stick, it is relishing the nectar when you play upon it, and it is kissing again and again your lips like nectar. That is why the sound flowing from that dry bamboo flute becomes extremely sweet. But Krishna, he may argue by saying, some people are devoted to wealth, followers, and family, but such type of attachment is very harmful for the disease. So it is useless to give such nectar as an antidote to such people. So in this way they answer, the gopis answer, only this nectar can make people forget about their attachments. Itara raga vishmaranam. They can give up all types of ragas, attachments. This is such a powerful medicine that removes all the bad habits. And we have experienced this by ourselves. Oh hero, you are very generous in distributing charity. O most compassionate one, distribute this medicine among us, because we also belong to the human society. So this is the end of the commentary. Verse 15. Atatiyad bhavan anikananam trutiyugayate tvam apashyatam kutila kuntalam shri mukham chate jara udikshatam pakshma kridrisham. O precious one, unable to see you the whole day while you roam throughout the forests, we experience every moment as a millennium. When you return in the evening, we gaze upon your lovely lotus face, decorated with your curly locks. But we greatly lament the blinking of our eyelids, which impedes our darshan. Certainly the person who created eyelids is nothing more than a fool. So now the commentary of Srila Jiva Goswami Pada Vaishnava Toshani. So the gopis are saying, while you are out roaming around in the forest the whole day, we are deprived of seeing you. During that time, every moment seems to be a millennium to us. The word Jugayate indicates that the time almost does not move, does not pass for those who are anguished. And thus it shows how much great is the gopi sorrow. So the gopis say, the agony of not being able to see you is excruciating. So please come to us at once. By not seeing you, all the Brajavasis, they feel separation. So what to speak of us? When you return at the end of the day, we want to fix our eyes on your most beautiful lotus face, surrounded by your curly locks. But our vision is obstructed by the blinking of our eyelids. So in this way, the gopis, they are criticizing Brahma as being foolish for creating eyelids. If Brahma had created eyelids only for those who never see Krishna's face, then he would not be at fault. But he made a mistake when he created eyelids for those who can see the extraordinarily beautiful face of Krishna, decorated with his curly hairs falling from his forehead. But in another way, the gopis are saying, you, whose character is uncommon, your nature is beyond the cognizance of our senses. We have never received even a drop of happiness from you. Whether you are present or not, we experience only sorrow. Then, in the first half of this verse, the gopis describe their sorrow when they cannot see Krishna. And in the second half, they feel suffering when they are seeing Krishna in the evening. So the gopis say, when you return at the end of the day, we want to look at you uninterrupted, because your face is very beautiful, surrounded by your curly hair. But our eyes are always blinking. Then our darshan is obstructed, and therefore our happiness is also obstructed. Then the gopis, they conclude by saying that Brahma is a fool because he created the eyelids, and he deserves to be cursed. If someone is looking at Krishna and cut off his eyelids, he is actually not so much ignorant. Actually, he is a scholar, he is expert in Rasa. But there is still another meaning for that. Is that very intelligent person whose eyelids were cut, he should be honored above all those who can see your face. So even if you are standing in front of us, what can we see with our eyes covered by eyelids? Now the commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Sarartha Darshini. So the gopis are saying, we suffer from our bad luck. What can you do about this? So in this way, the gopis say, when you go to the Vrindavan forest, we are unable to see you. During this time, for us, even a truti means fractions of second. It is like a millennium for us. And when all the other Brajavasis are unable to see you for 3 parts of the day, in their suffering, the time feels like 3 months. So, but for us, those 3 parts of the day are like millions of yugas. What that could be apart from our bad luck. But somehow we make it through the day. We survive. And even in time when you return from the forest, we are very eager to see your beautiful face. But the foolish creator of the eyelids, he torments us. And he throws us in an unlimited ocean of misery. When we are finally able to see you, our eyes blink and our vision becomes obstructed. The time of a blink lasts for 900 trutis. For us, it is like 900 millenniums. So in either way, we are suffering from our bad luck and from not being able to see you. So Maitreya Rishi, he explains the divisions of time in Srimad Bhagavatam 3, 11, 6 and 7. So truti means the time that is needed for the integration of 3 trasarenus. It's a very technical thing. I think we can jump these things. So if anyone is interested in learning about time measurements, because for translation it's quite difficult for doing all these things, then they can go to Srimad Bhagavatam. So now the gopis, they continue saying that the persons who cut off their eyelids, they're actually very intelligent. And because he's so absorbed in the joy of seeing Krishna without interruption. But we, on the other hand, are very unintelligent because we still keep the eyelids in our eyes. So even if Krishna stands in front of us, what can we see? This is the end of the commentary. Verse 16. Pati sutam vaya bhratri bandhavam ati vilangyate antyachuta gatha gati vidastavo gita mohita kitavayoshita kastya jenishi. O Achyuta, you know why we have come here. You played your flute, knowing the path your song would take. That resonant sound bewildered us, and we have come to you. Disregarding our husbands, children, brothers, friends, and entire family. Who else but you rogue, would abandon innocent maidens like us after bringing us to your shelter in the dead of night? Now the commentary of Srila Jiva Goswami Pada Vaishnava Toshani. So the gopis said, you have made our condition very miserable, whether you were present before us or out of our sight. But today, the way you behaved with us was truly improper. To express such a mood, the gopis, they spoke the verse beginning with the word pati. The gopis say, disregarding completely our religious duties, we have abandoned all love for our husbands, children, and all relatives. We have disobeyed their orders, and we have come to you. Then Krishna may ask, why have you done this? And the gopis reply, because you called us with your loud flute song, which enchanted us. Just like when the hunter plays his flute and attracts the deer who comes attracted by the spell of the flute sound. You did this with full knowledge of all the consequences. You knew that we would be attracted and would come running to you. But according to a different interpretation, Krishna may say that, since you are self-composed, how is it possible that you would become bewildered just by hearing my flute song? Then the gopis reply, you know very well that the special nature of your flute song bewilders even Indra, Brahma and Shiva. And then they quote the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 10:35-15, which says, hearing this song, Indra, Brahma and Shiva and other demigods, they are baffled. But Krishna may say, you are very intelligent and you know my nature. And why you did not take more cautions about this? So the gopis, they say, we are well aware of your nature, but your flute song is spellbinding, just like an animal who is being captivated by the spellbinding mantra will be pulled automatically in that direction by force. So your melody bewildered us and dragged us to you by force. O cheater, now tell us what man other than you would abandon beautiful themselves who have come to him in the night. So by addressing Krishna as a cheater, Kitava, Taga, Kapata, they are implying that no other rogue would reject a woman who has come to him in the middle of the night. A cheater uses the things he acquired by his fraud for himself. But your specialty is that you discard, means you reject what you get from your deceit. So such type of behavior is even more condemned in the society. So what gopis are saying here is that someone is still something, an object, because he wants to use that. The cheaters, the thieves, the rogues, they will cheat people because they want to get something to use for themselves. But the gopis are saying that, but Krishna, he cheated us, he stole us from our family, but he's not using us, he's rejecting us. So this is even worse than the common thieves. So usually when the people, they are stolen or they are kidnapped, they become against their cheater or the thief becomes against that person. But in this case, the gopis, they agree. They like to be kidnapped by Krishna and stolen by him. But unfortunately, Krishna is rejecting them. And this is completely unacceptable. Therefore, the gopis are saying, oh Achyuta, you never deviate from your deceitfulness. Therefore, you are successfully following the meaning of your name, Achyuta. Now, the commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Sarartha Darshini. Some gopis, they were stopped in their houses by their husbands when they heard the flute sound. But somehow, they crossed all these obstacles and they were able to reach Krishna. Therefore, the gopis are saying, O Achyuta, knowing that we are nearing our final stage, death is coming, therefore we have come to you. But even though you have failed to give us your darshan in our last moments of life, you were given this name Achyuta, which means the one who is infallible. But actually, your nature is exactly the opposite. You are fallible. You are Achyuta. Then Krishna says, if this is true, then why have you come to me? And the gopis reply, we have not come here because of our desire. We were attracted by your flute song, which destroyed our intelligence completely. Then Krishna says, well, foolish women, if that is correct, then you should keep tolerating this hardship. Then the gopis exclaim, cheater, deceitful friend, is there anyone as cowardly and cruel as you who could abandon young girls who came to you in the middle of the night? Indeed, no one else could do it. Also, in another understanding of the verse, the gopis, they say, mad person, what young man can heartlessly reject a beautiful damsel who has come to him at night for amorous pastimes? No one could do it. You are a cheater. But today you have cheated yourself because you are depriving yourself of our association. This is the end of the commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Panchakalpatarvyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna.